What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Oh yeah. So I noticed if you're crouching, you like walk back and forth, but you barely tap the button to go back and forth, like your body doesn't turn. This looks kind of weird, like I'm just sliding. Anyway, so what's up, guys? I have been hiding some lights around here, hiding some torches underground, trying to make things look a little bit more clean. I know everything still looks kind of bland and it's all gray and stone brick and stuff. I still need to do this platform, by the way. But yeah, I went ahead and I hid the torches on this one and this guy over here. Pretty much the ones that we hang out in the most, like this guy over here as well. Just trying to make things look a little bit nicer, clean up some of those torches. So, some things that I want to do today. A long time ago, we got, let's see here, I'm trying to remember which one. Is it this one? Yeah, we got these yellow heart canisters. We can get up to 10 red ones, and then I think 4 more yellow ones, and then, I don't know, can we make the green ones? Sometimes there's recipes in these mod packs, sometimes there's not. So we need a miniature green heart, plus an emerald, plus a yellow heart canister. Ooh, that's going to be super expensive. So we can do the miniature green heart with crucible crafting. So that's going to be something, well, I guess that'd be Thaumcraft, right? I was going to say that's something we would have to do later, but I guess we could do it if we put all this stuff into the crucible and then throw an emerald in there. Well, that's something we might look at sometime in the future, but I would like to get our first 10 hearts done. So to make a heart canister, let's take a look real quick. So we got plenty of these red hearts, right? I believe. Oh, we got 11 of those. Actually, that might be a stopping point for where we can't get to these green ones or the yellow ones. Okay, we do have one yellow one, though, so let's take a look at this. To make the heart canisters, we need a jeweled apple, necrotic bone, that, and one of these guys. So that is either tin or aluminum or aluminum. Well, since aluminum pretty much has no use, let's go ahead and make those. Aluminum, I guess I'll unblockify about a stack, 2 stacks of that stuff. Okay, so we wanted to make these guys here. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of those. And then we need to make 10 jeweled apples, and my apples are down below. Oh goodness, let's grab some of these guys. We got a whole bunch here. Yep, 7 stacks, I think we're good. Getting those from our oak tree farm. Okay, and we need to make a bunch of these guys. There we go, there's 10 of those. So we should be good to go, and there's 10 heart canisters. Nice, how many more necrotic? We got 44 more of those left. Okay, so that's not too bad. And I think we could also make one of these since we did have a yellow heart. Can we make the yellow heart? So gold into the crucible with those aspects. Again, Thaumcraft. Okay. So let's actually make one more of these. Guess we'll just do that. Make one yellow, and then I'll make one more of these guys back over this way. And a jeweled apple. Nice. Okay, so now we should be able to have a lot more health. Oh, wait. This is the wrong place to put those in. You have to go to this tab, then we can drop those in there, and then there. Okay, so there we go. So now we should have an additional 17 heart canisters, which is pretty awesome. So our health will tick up over time. I can't remember, is it turned to a yellow color on the next one, or is it green? Anyway, we got a lot more health, so I don't have to worry about as much when I'm in the nether killing pigmen, or if we go to the deep dark again, because those enemies do hit pretty hard. Let's go ahead and sleep through the night. Okay, so I think another thing that I want to do, I am kind of tired of making Enderium. We've been making a lot of this stuff, we keep running out, and then I have to make more, and then it's just kind of like a never-ending process. I was looking at Agricraft, and if we go over to the seeds section, there is a lot of these different types of seeds over here, and I was looking, and it looks like we have Endearing weed seeds, and we have ender weed seeds. I assume the ender weed makes ender pearls, which we don't really care about, since we have a lot of those. We have over 7,000 of them. And the endearing weed seeds, I assume, makes Enderium. So this is something I'm interested in checking out. Yeah, we have an Enderium block underneath it, so that kind of gives it away. So we need a I guess platinum seeds and redstone seeds. I'm not gonna try and pronounce those. I almost did. So the platinum seeds, we need ferrous and diamonds. So we have both of those. So in order to make that, we need shiny ore. Oh, okay. So shiny. Uh-oh. Okay, we don't have shiny ore, huh? That could be a problem. So, okay, hold on. Let's back up a second. Shiny ore. So how do we... Oh, okay, right. So nether platinum ore can be smelted into 2 shiny ores. So... Oh, we can also get it from the laser drill. That's something else I wanted to get hooked up at some point since we have some extra power. So let's see. Oh, we do have one. Awesome. Okay, so that makes that easy. So we need to smelt that into... Let's just double check so I don't screw this up. Uses. If we smelt... Yeah, that turns into 2 shiny ore. So let's stick that right in here. 2 shiny ore. Perfect. Okay, so now we should be good to go to make the platinum seeds. Although, in order to make multiple platinum seeds, we're going to need 1 more shiny ore, I think. There might be a way where we can grow it full. I can remove one of these ores from underneath one of the full plants and then put it underneath the middle plant so we can do the mutations. I'll have to check that out. I'm not sure if that is something that we're able to do. So back to Agricraft. Let's check this out once again. So we need to make the platinum seeds, which is diamond and ferrous. So we'll grab... Oh, I'm out of diamond ores as well. So I assume the nether platinum... We got plenty of ferrous. I assume the nether the nether diamond will smelt into the diamond ores. It certainly does. Okay, so we are good to go on all of those ores. Almost thought I had made a mistake there by fortuning all the diamond, but no, we got them. Okay, awesome. So I should just be able to come over here, start removing these plants. We need to get a ferrous seed and a diamond seed. We have a ferrous right here. Is that diamond? Yeah, that's the leftover diamond. All right, and oh, we do have the crops from when I broke those previous ones. I'm still gonna need another crop. Put the diamond here, and that one there. Nice. What do we have under here? Okay, let's get rid of these. Right, so I am gonna need some more crops to actually get these things to grow. Or to mutate, I should say. And then, was it shiny? No, it's the ferrous ore. Is it ferrous ore for this one? Alright, and then we just put the iron block underneath there, and there we go. So yeah, the ferrium seeds are iron. They're not ferrous. I don't know why you would think they would be. But anyway, so now we got the iron block under there. Now we just need to get some of the crops. Grab some of these and the watering can. One of those. Awesome. And we should be good to go here. Oh wait, no. We are not good to go because, let's see, we need the shiny ore underneath the middle block. Okay, so shiny goes right there. Right, so now we should be able to do this and that. I'll put these blocks back here so we can stand and watering can. So hopefully we will get our platinum seeds real quickly and then we'll be able to continue. Oh, wait. That's right. We need to grow these crops first. So we will make these matured. Otherwise, they don't really crossbreed too well. Yeah, you want them matured first. So we will go ahead and mature them and then we will crossbreed them. So the diamonds are done. Just waiting on the ferranium seeds, the iron seeds. Come on. One more tick should do it, and we are good. Okay, so now, are we gonna get... We got weeds. That's not what we want. Are we gonna get the shiny, the platinum seeds? Let's go! Come on. Come on! Do it! It's not doing it, guys. Yeah, sometimes this takes a minute. Oh, and we got weeds. How about this time? Weeds. Again, wait, was that weeds? No, that was the right one. Okay, so we got our platinum seeds. Awesome. So that should be a 555. Takes a minute for these to go. Yes, okay. So I'm going to continue to do this, guys, and get our platinum seeds. I am curious if I can grow it to maturity with the shiny ore underneath it, then remove that shiny ore, stick it underneath this one, crossbreed the two mature plants. It's going to be kind of a pain. I'd really like a third shiny ore, but in order to get this done, I might have to do that. We'll be back. Alright guys, so to get around the fact that we only have 2 of these ores, in order to mutate, I did put down some sticky pistons underneath each side. So I did find out that we can push a piston, or I guess put the ore underneath the block where I want the mutation to occur. This plant is already matured. It can't grow, but it doesn't need to grow since it's already matured. But yeah, I found out that we can just put the crops like that, and that was real quick. And they do mutate like this. So when I need to remove a parent, I can just break the seed, push that piston back, grow it, and then, you know, push that back right here, and then we could do the mutations. It's a little bit of a quirky workaround, but it does work, it looks like. So let's see, we did mutate one already, so that was a 565, and let's see, that was one of the 555 originals. So what is this guy right here? Did we get a better one? This is a 566. That is actually better. Okay, so we will kill this particular plant. Whoop. And where is the 566? This one right here. So we'll place that there. We will grow that to maturity. And then I will push the piston back underneath the middle block. Or I guess have the piston push the ore underneath the middle block and continue the mutation. So let me continue doing this. We'll get the 10, 10, 10 of the platinum seeds. And we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I've gotten to the point where we have the endearing weed seeds completely, the 10, 10, 10. So I have taken those, I have mass produced those, and I have put them up here. So now we have 3 rows of the Enderium producing seeds, which is awesome. These produce 4 Enderium nuggets. So it takes, what, like 3 harvests before you can actually get an ingot. So that's why I set up 3 rows of these. I might even expand this out further. Just depends on how much of the Enderium we're actually going to need. So if we look right now, I have 73 Enderium ingots plus 221 nuggets. I've been letting this go kind of AFK for a while. So we got a decent amount of the Enderium. Oh, I just destroyed that crop. You gotta be careful when you're flying around without hover mode on. Okay, let's put that back. There, just like new. Okay, so obviously you'll also notice that I have taken down the sprinklers. The particles those things make is just too frustrating. When I'm over here doing stuff, it is so super laggy and jittery. I can't stand it anymore. I know it goes faster with them in there, but yeah, I just decided to get rid of them. I'll probably remove this piping here in a little bit too. But yeah, we got Enderium blocks down here underneath each one of those plants. You need those for them to actually grow. So yep, that's what we have done. So we got 3 rows. We got, what is that, 27 of the Enderium weed seeds producing the nuggets. And yeah, slowly over time we'll get Enderium. We won't have to worry about that anymore, which is awesome. So we got some lily pads from our fisher over here. Been kind of keeping an eye on it and, you know, taking things out that aren't that useful, like fish and things like that, and putting them into our AE system. We have gotten a few plastic bags. Let's open these up. Okay, we got a single-use safari net, which is alright, I guess. Oh, we can't move that out of my inventory. What is in this one? We got a spyglass. What's a spyglass? Is that nothing in sight? Found stone bricks. Found cobblestone wall. Okay, that's kind of a silly item, I guess. I'm sure there's probably a good use for that I can't think of off of the top of my head. And in our last one, we got some plastic sheets. Okay, so that's not too bad. Not really sure what we're gonna do with these plastic bags. Can you put a plastic bag inside a plastic bag? Is that a thing? No, I won't let you do that. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know what we're gonna be doing with these. I guess I'll just throw them in my AE system for now. Spyglass is kind of a silly item. Like I said, I'm sure there's probably some use that I can't think of. So the next thing I wanted to do, now that we got the Enderium taken care of, and we were messing around with getting the extra hearts earlier, so I kind of want to go a little bit further with this and try and make some of these yellow hearts. Now, in order to do that, we need the Victus, we need the Spiritus, and the Tudamen. So we can get the Victus off of raw stuff. So we have raw fish from our fisher. We're going to have a little bit of extra aspects in there, but that won't really matter. We can get the Spiritus from any of the zombie heads, or I guess any of the mob heads. Again, it's going to have a little bit of extra stuff in there. It won't really matter. We're just going to make 3 of these just to top off our health on the yellow. And then the final one we need was that Tudamen thing. I think that's how you say that. I'm not Tudamen? I don't know. Anyway, we need this one. And it looks like that is on armor pieces. So we do have different types of armor up here. I was kind of looking. This has a lot of different stuff on there. Probably because that is... Yeah, the enchanted ones have more, obviously. Yeah, we got a lot of different things on that one. The leather seems to have fewer. And I was looking, it seems like the chain has the least amount of extra stuff in there. So I don't know. I guess we can go ahead and use this. We were turning this into steel, but we haven't really had that much use for steel. So yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and do that. These have 5. You know, just go and grab a few of those. I don't really know how much we need. That one's almost full, so we'll keep that. And okay, so there we go. We've got a bunch of different things here. So we should be able to dump all of those into... Oh, we need the red hearts, don't we? That was the thing, right? No, it is gold. Okay, so let's grab some gold ingots and we'll see if we can make some of these yellow hearts. Kind of curious if we can and how easy or difficult this will be. So we just need 3 of those, really. Okay. So, let's get... let us get the correct ingredients, the correct amount. So it's 5 Victus and then 3 of the others. Alright, let's get this off the bar. We don't need that. So 5 Victus, which is 5 fish. And then I guess it'll be 1 head and 3 boots. Okay, let's do that. So 5, a head, and then 1 of these. Hey, we did it! We got a miniature yellow heart. Awesome. So yeah, this has got a lot of extra stuff in there. Yep, we don't need that. I need to grab my wand so we can get rid of that and start over again. And goodbye. We'll just go ahead and piston that. Yeah, I like that piston thing. That's a good way to get rid of all that extra garbage in there. Okay, so we'll try that again. We needed, was it 3? Okay, so we'll do a chain leggings. 1 of those and 5 fish. There we go, awesome. Okay, so we just need 1 more. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 of these. That. Very cool. Okay, so that was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Bye-bye. Oop, it looks like we got a little bit of flux flu or something. Nausea for a few seconds. I think we're good. I think that happens if you actually walk into that floaty stuff. Alright, so now we got 3 more yellow hearts. So, in order to do that, we need the red heart canister, so we need to make 3 more of these. And 3 more of these. Oh, are we out of the red hearts? I see, we are. So we can do the same thing. Diamonds can be turned into the red hearts. Alright, so that's fine. I didn't think that we were going to be out of the red hearts, but apparently we were. So we just got to do this recipe a few more times here. So let's see, there was 1 of those, 5 of these, and then a pants. Yep, pretty easy. And that's just the floaty stuff. Alright, I'll let that float away. So how much of this? This has 5, so it should be the same thing with just the chain armor as well. So do that, and that, and 1 of these. Nice! Goodbye. Goodbye, floaty stuff. And the last one. Alright, so this, that, this guy, and one of those. Wait. I put those in the wrong order, didn't I? I put the diamond in before everything else. Ah, dang it. Alright, so you gotta be paying attention to what you're doing. You gotta make sure everything goes in the right order. But we got plenty of diamonds. It's not like that's a huge issue. Just, you know, a little bit of a redo here, and we will be good to go. Alright, so that's 5. This guy, that guy, one of those, and one of them. And there we are. Alright. So we are now good to go here. So we got 3 of the miniature red hearts, 3 of the yellow hearts. We should be able to make the yellow heart canisters. So we'll put that there. And this. There's 3 more. Very cool. Oops, we can't be in that menu. We gotta click on the actual tab. And there we go. So now we have full yellow and red. So we should be able to do the same thing with green, should we choose to. Yeah, I don't know. Is any plugin for Thaumcraft? This one keeps coming up. I don't know why. So it's the same exact thing for the green hearts, just an emerald in there. And then we're going to have to get a yellow heart. So we'd have to do 10 more of the yellow ones, which means we'd have to do, what is that, 20 more of these ones? Yeah, something like that. If we want to have that heart, if we're going to do that, I might do that off camera. For right now, I think having 30 health, is that what this thing says? Yeah, having 30 health is plenty. So I don't think we really need to worry about that much more. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and work on a quest for today. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got one with an unclaimed reward. Was that from assembly line? Power grid. Power grid, okay. So right. So when we were doing the biofuel bioreactor stuff, that's going to give us 2 compression dynamos. That's right, this thing did say the more types of items, let's see, biofuel can also be used in compression dynamos. Let's take a look at this thing real quick. So compression dynamo, oh, we can put augments in there. Elementum helmet, what? Great Fairy's Blessing, 10% less mana cost on mana tools. Wait, what? Is that supposed to be in there? Does the other one have... Okay, so weird. Armor said Great Fairy's Blessing 0 out of 4. 10% less. Interesting. Okay, well, we got some stuff in those. I wasn't really expecting that. I was gonna see what augments were in here, if there was the redstone ones and all that stuff, but yeah, that's kind of strange. Okay, so this could hold 80,000 RF in there. Maximum power, 160 RF a tick. So I'm kind of curious if this would be more efficient than using the solar panels. Like if we can just farm the fuel and stuff. So what augments can we put into this? So we're looking for dynamo augments, because I don't think I've ever actually used one. Dynamo power output, so we can do a level 3, 4 times energy produced, 4 times energy consumed, negative 25% base fuel energy. I don't know, is that good? I assume that's pretty good. 8 times energy produced, 8 times fuel consumed. So we have to put in... Oh, okay, so we got power outputs, and what are these other ones? Fuel efficiency. Right, so we'd probably want a fuel efficiency in there, and then maybe 2 of these, 2 of each of them. I'm not sure which is the best way. If we should have like 3 of the power outputs and 1 fuel efficiency, or 3 of the efficiencies and 1 power output. Probably would want the power output and the efficiencies like 2 and 2. So let's see what we can do here. Let's make some of these things and see what happens. So we will make one of those, a silver. What is the, man, these things jump around. So we need a bunch of the silver ones. Let's just make, I don't know, that many of those. Okay, so we will make, oh, what are we missing? It's just lead, right? Guess I have compressed all of our lead. So let's uncompress that. Okay, so there's some ingots to mess around with. And so there's one of those. And one of these. So we got 2 fuel efficiencies. So we want power output. So we'll do this guy. Where's the other power output? Level 2. Okay, very cool. So now we got one that'll have both efficiencies and power outputs. I assume that's probably the best way to do it. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. It looks like I can scan some of these things. This one hasn't been scanned. Let's scan that right now with our thumb thing. Thermometer. Nice. Okay. So we will put that back in here. So I am curious. Can we pick this up? Does it keep the augments? It does. So if we stick this over here next to our biofuel reactor, that should get biofuel. It does. And I guess we have to give it a redstone signal before it will do anything. So let's get a lever. Get one of these guys and let's stick it over here. It's still not doing anything. What? Does this have to have the redstone? Oh my goodness, guys. I forgot. The compression dynamos are like steam boilers or whatever. I don't know. Maybe not. But they do require water in order to work. So I just clicked my bucket of water in there and I used a little bit. I just grabbed some more. But yeah, it was outputting power decently. So it says it is power output is 64 RF. I don't know if it's constantly going right now and just wasting fuel. This thing just kind of wiggled a little bit. I don't know if that was using or not. This doesn't appear to be doing anything here. So maybe it's not making any more. But yeah, I just attached this hardened energy cell to the top of this. Does that not accept power? There we go. Now it should be doing stuff. All right, so this is dumping the power into this hardened energy cell. Looks like everything's going right. It is making a decent amount of RF a tick. So that's not too bad. I think it'll go... Oh, yeah, it says maximum power 640 RF a tick, which is not too bad at all. So how's that doing over here? So this is using a bit of the buffer. Man, that is like using none of the biofuel. Wow, okay. So this might be a pretty good way of getting power, actually, using these guys. So this is 640. How much were these guys making? These are making 300, 400 RF a tick. Oh, man. These compression dynamos with the biofuel is a much better solution. So we have 2 of those. I will probably start swapping out these solars for these guys, especially since we got all the infrastructure set up for the biofuel. Yeah, this is really good. I mean, obviously it's going to be going twice as fast if we use 2 of these guys here. I will have to make the augments for the other one, but yeah, that is looking really good. I think that is something we're going to end up doing. Okay, so power situation is making more progress, which is awesome. Let's take a look here. So infinite power transport. So this is another thing from thermal dynamics that was just added with the mod in 1.7. So these are crazy. They can transfer an infinite amount of power, but you can also do that with tesseracts. So I don't know if there's really a lot of uses for this specific thing. But let's go ahead and make one of these. So it says the Flux Ducts transmit different amounts of RF depending on their tier. The top tier Flux Ducts transfer as much energy as you can generate. So yeah, there is no limitation on these guys. So a Cryo stabilized Flux Duct. We have to make this guy first, it looks like. So we have to do a redstone energy Flux Duct. There's one of these. And then we have to put gelid cryothium into it. So 500 millibuckets. And let's see. Each one of those makes 250. So we need 2 of these cryothium dusts. We don't have any cryothium. So how do we make the cryothium dust? So we need blizz powder, redstone niter, and snowballs. And there's 2. Okay, so that should be exactly what we need to get this quest done. So we just put that in the magma crucible, I assume. We melt the frozen stuff. Okay, and that will go right into this cryo-stabilized flux duct. Perfect. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Not too difficult at all. So there we go, and that's going to give us 4 more of these guys. So let's claim that reward. been a while since I've looked at these. I know they look crazy though. Just one of those sitting there by itself looks pretty cool. I like that. It's got the little flux duct in the center, and it's got like this outer shell. Now if we connect those together, yeah, that is really awesome looking. That is a great texture or whatever on this. I like that a lot. But they are kind of expensive. I don't know. Maybe the Tesseracts are more expensive than these guys, but I kind of like using the Tesseracts more personally. So we'll put those away. All right, guys. I tell you what, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here. These compression dynamos, these look very promising. I'm not sure how expensive those are. Let's take a look. If I wanted to make more of these things, oh, they're just tin and the silver coil thingy. Those aren't expensive at all. I think the upgrades are more expensive than anything. All right, guys. Yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.